The offseason is officially over, football fans, as practice finally gets underway today in Norman. Hello, I'm Deputy Sports Editor Mike Kaler, and welcome to the first edition of OU Football with Jake Trotter, a weekly show where we go to the Oklahoman's beat writer for all the answers to all things Sooners. Jake's first things first, let's talk about the dismissal of Josh Jarboe. Do you feel like Coach Stoops had to get rid of Jarboe because of public opinion?
Well, I don't think it was necessarily public opinion that was the eventuality for Jarboe being thrown off the team. I think it could have gone either way, and I think Stoops was conflicted by it. We saw on Thursday he basically indicated to us that he wasn't going to throw Jarboe off the team, and then one day later the announcement came, which is a bit of a surprise for that reason. So I think it could have gone either way. Certainly public opinion was probably 70-30 signing with letting Jarboe go after the video came out. But I think there are reasons to argue why he should have been kept on the team and reasons to argue why he should have been kicked off.
Well, let's go on to the field now. You wrote in today's Oklahoman that this could be the year for OU. Just talk a little bit about what the biggest pieces of the puzzle that are already in place.
Well, obviously the biggest piece is quarterback. It's the first time they've had stability at quarterback since Jason White was here after he won the Heisman Trophy. You talk about wide receiver, they're pretty set there with Joaquin Iglesias, Manuel Johnson, tight end Jermaine Gresham. But the biggest thing is the offensive line. All 5 starters return. They're all seniors. The top 2 backups come back as well, and they're going to be instrumental in paving the way for DeMarco Murray.
What about on defense? How does that look? Well,
defensively, they have the Big 12 preseason Defensive Player of the Year in Austin English, who is going to be sitting out some of the preseason with recovering from an emergency appendectomy. But the entire defensive line is outstanding. Gerald McCoy and DeMarcus Granger are going to be NFL players, in my opinion, and trying to block them as a tandem is going to be really difficult. But the key for the Sooners is the back 7 because they have a lot of new faces there.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. With workouts starting today, what does OU need to accomplish during 2 days?
Well, the 2 big things that I see is, first of all, the back 7 needs to develop some cohesiveness. They have 2 new corners, 2 new linebackers, and then you have Nick Harris, who's coming off surgery, and then Lindy Holmes, who didn't play in the Fiesta Bowl as well. You've got to develop a 3rd safety, too. So they have a lot of new faces in the back 7, and they have to get to know each other on the field a little bit more than what they have right now. The other thing, too, is they got to find a place kicker, whoever that is, whether it's Jimmy Stevens, the redshirt freshman, or Trust Way, the incoming freshman out of Tulsa Union High School. That could be a big key for them at some point. You got to make a field goal to go undefeated, I think. So finding out whoever that guy is going to be important as well.
All right, thanks, Jake. That does it for the first edition of OU Football with Jake Trotter. Remember, no one covers OU football like Jake Trotter, the Oklahoman, and NewsOK.com. Read us every day for the latest on the team.